Hello, welcome back to another video. I have to make this kind of less than, 10 minutes because one, it'll take really long to upload, and two, it'll probably run out of storage on my iPad. So, this is a world that you guys have never seen before. It is one of my own worlds, actually. This is my city world. And, it has a ton of towers, and yeah. So I'm going to be showing them off kind of quick, I guess, because if I did like full descriptions of them, it would take a long time. So this is the first tower we have up front here. It's a simpler design to some of the other ones, I guess. It's got this kind of like not tapering back, but like curved or angled back, and then it's got a little bit of an indent up here, and it is 114 blocks tall. Then we have this one based off a new tower being built in New York, and I think it's pretty cool. It's very plain on the sides, which is not something I wanted to see, but the front and the back works well. These are a couple twin hotel towers based off some being built in Brazil, which are going to be I believe, the tallest ones in South America. Tallest, I think maybe the tallest towers in South America, I'm not sure though. This is a road going all the way to these twin hotel towers. I don't know if these would ever stand in real life, but maybe. There used to be a connection in between the middle of them, but I didn't really like them. I didn't really like it at first. So yeah. This is a construction site, which the road kind of branches off to. Streetlights are made with the very helpful block only attainable with commands, the light block. Oh, wrong thing. Just put a couple of them in. Which is an invisible light source that can only be broken by placing a block on top of it. And there's a little bit of difference in light there if you saw it. This is kind of a construction site here with some glass kind of at the bottom floor here. And the crane hosting the last support right into here because it actually does fit perfectly into that slot. And then there's a very badly built truck with some like cement in it or something. This is, I don't specialize in building trucks. This thing is ugly. So then we get back to the main city area, which this is taking me a while. I did take a pretty big break in between building some of the towers. But yeah. So we'll go on here. This is based off of the Vista Tower in Chicago. It's got 3 different layers and it tapers inward and outward towards the top. Now the real one actually tapers inward and outward on both sides instead of being flat on one side and tapering in and outward on both, on like front and back and side to side being flat. Yeah, it does kind of look like this in real life, but both sides taper. That's what I tried doing with this one here, except since the different like tapering bits were a bit too short, it just did not end up looking good. This one was one that my friends told me which materials to use to build, which was blackstone basalt and red stained glass. And I built it, and I think it's pretty cool. I'm probably not going to be telling you the heights of the towers because it'll take a little while. This is a tower based off the Willis Tower, Sears Tower in Chicago. I call it the Sears Tower. It's pretty plain, kind of an older design with black concrete and gray stained glass. This one is kind of a slightly modern apartment design with stone stairs, and glass. It's pretty tall, and it's based off the second oldest building in the city. This right here is the only building with a full interior condiment incorporated, or condiments incorporated, but it's really only ketchup and mustard. It has 4 floors. It's got this main floor, kind of a floor with a couple of these like conference rooms, which just have some chairs and a bench. And then this has like a cafeteria floor, got a microwave and a fridge. And then a couple like mini conference rooms. And then up here we have one large meeting room with a large table and 6 chairs. And then we're going to go down and we have this one off to the side, which is kind of just a simplistic design. It's got like this bottom part. Oh, what is this? What happened here? I'm fixing that because it is... I don't like that. It triggers like anyone's OCD, even if you don't have OCD. It's just like triggers the feelings of OCD, and should be perfect on the sides. This one is kind of a plain one. I'm not sure if I like it or not, but it's here. So this one's actually one of the relatively new ones too. Now we move on to this, which is the second oldest row in the city. So we have this like Chinese, Japanese architecture type building, which is pretty tall. It's got a decent amount of these were made possible with structure blocks. The ones with like this intricate design that I didn't feel like repeating a bunch. But like this one, that one, actually no, this one, that one, this one, no, this one, this like ice one here, this one, that one, the twin towers, those were all made without structure blocks. The ones with simple designs weren't, but the ones like this or that apartment building right there were made of structure blocks. Then we have this one, which is kind of a, this is an old one, kind of based off like a New York City design. Because like stuff like the Empire State Building is kind of this color, those older buildings. Pretty tall. Then we have this one, which is a modern design with interesting tapering roof. I tried. It's interesting here because of the little indents on every side. And I think it looks pretty nice, actually. Kind of like the Chrysler Building or the Empire State Building in New York. Then we have my custom twin towers. The real twin towers are over there. They should not have been destroyed. I really hate that that happened. And it was a very bad time for America. Yeah, these have just this custom bridge, like, connecting the two. These were made with structure blocks up to here, and then I built the top parts completely custom. We have this based off of a very skinny tower in New York, which is an apartment building. This one was made with structure blocks, as you probably see because of these weird seams here. And like the extra bits on top. We have here the One World Trade Center, which is, I tried building it as its like actual height, I guess, because in real life I think it's a bit bogus how tall it is with the antenna, like, because the antenna makes it the 6th tallest building in the world, I believe, except for the Merdeka Tower, which is going to kick it down to 7th when it's finished, which is a really cool building in Malaysia. And but the spire's a bit bogus. I mean, if you wanted to make it 1776 meters tall, or not meters, feet, then you could have just built it that high, okay? It's probably biased. I want the Sears Tower to be the tallest in America, just because, or maybe the Central Park Tower I think is taller than this, like in reality. The new apartment building in New York. But if you wanted to make it 1776 feet tall, you could have just built it that high without the spire. This one is based off the John Hancock Tower. Not like exactly, because it does kind of like slope inward instead of just tapering directly. This is kind of a wavy tower here. Very futuristic design. Probably wouldn't hold itself up in the real world. I don't know though. Maybe if you built it with strong enough stuff. This is the third oldest in the city. These three right here are pretty old ones. Very old ones actually. And then there's it started with this one, then that one, then these. Then it just started spiraling around the city. Yeah, this is just a simple apartment building, pretty tall. I did add this little like extra out, I don't know what to call it. Just like random like outbursting area of the top, because it looks pretty nice. This is the oldest tower in the city, which inspired the whole thing. It's the Spire Tower. And at night it has the water flowing over it to make it look like it's light shining through glass, like in real life. It's actually meant to look pretty real. I will be making a tutorial for this, and yeah, it's meant to be like a very cool. It's actually really easy to build, but there's set dimensions for it just to make it look like this one. Then we have this one, which is second oldest in the city. It's a simple apartment building, basically a bigger version of the one over there. Simple, uses like smooth stone, which you'll see a ton in this city. Like cobblestone stairs, cobblestone walls, and some white concrete to make it look a bit more sleek. We have the OG Twin Towers. Best buildings in New York, in my opinion. We have this one with like a tapering top, with a skinny base based off one in New York, and the tapering top from Chicago. We have a spiral building, which is my first attempt at a spiral. This one over here was built by my friend, and he called it Twizzler Tower, but we put the glass in, me and another person. And I kind of like it with just one color of glass. Or it used to just be red and light blue. And the person I was working with thought it'd be better with a bunch of different ones, like different shades of the colors that were already there. So yeah, and then these are all just the backs of them. This is Club Green from the RT Game stream, like highlights on his YouTube channel. It was in the Greenland video and his city building video. I gave one plot to everyone to build a city. And this is taking a design from somebody on YouTube, I can't remember who, with a bottom section, a middle section, and top section. I think it looks pretty nice. It's one of the shorter ones in the entire city, though. This is based off of 157th Street Steinway Tower in New York. A 18 meter wide or 55 feet wide. I use feet because, you know, America. And it's like the world's slimmest skyscraper because its height to width ratio is like 1:17 or something crazy. This one is the most recent, built it today. I think it looks pretty cool, but these sides are pretty plain. Use a bit of tapering here, kind of like the Burj Khalifa. This is a honey block and slime block tower built by this girl named Allison, which is literally the only girl that we actually play with. This one I made at around the same time she was building that one, and this one she built this one also. It's like a prismarine, dark prismarine tower. This one is kind of based off Mumbo Jumbo's base in Hermitcraft Season 7, which is pretty cool. I actually watch him. He's one of the people I watch. This is a watermelon tower. Allison asked me to build. I asked her what blocks I should use. She asked me to use watermelon and red concrete, so I built it, put some random patterns on the side to make it look a bit more interesting, and she put the spire on top. This one is a hotel tower, very tall. It's pretty new. I think it looks pretty sleek though. Then we have this last one, which is supposed to represent kind of like an evil corporation. I built this one myself. It's made out of nether bricks and chiseled nether bricks and some cracked ones, but you can't see them because it's not daytime, but there's a little pattern like around here. Maybe you could see this one if I hear. That's what a light block does. It creates an invisible light source, so I put a block there, it's gone. And you can see the chiseled brick there. And yeah, that's it. It's pretty plain. But this is my city world. That is it for this video.